Well, there's a new America happening, and there's a new generation of poets ready to tell us all about it. They're young, articulate, connected like never before. Oh, and you better believe it, they're angry. Angry at being handed a world on fire. From the driver's seat of my traveling poem, the POEMobile, I'm on a cross-country journey to find the unfiltered truth of these young word-slingers who seem to be in a street slamming competition to tell us the news of the day in poetry. They're completely honest and won't wait anymore because they have everything at stake, their future. You're on board for the launch of our search for 2020's Street Slam National Champion.
All right, my name is Tahj Galberth. I identify as a black trans man. I'm from New Haven, Connecticut, and I am 19 years old. When black people dance, their joints aren't just forgotten. They're tied to the rhythm with strings as thin as the air on a mountaintop, and their hips move, the ground moves with it, and they become the very room they stand in. When black people dance, it's a celebration. We live the cadence and bleed the melody. We are as alive as they were with the shadows on trees sway back and forth. We are surviving. When black people dance, we aren't just dancing, we're surviving. Our lives depend on the way our hips sway, the way our feet pound the pavement, the way our bodies pop, lock, shake, and rock. When black people dance, for a moment, we are free.
All right, Tahj, we got to make sure that we're 6 feet apart, so just hold that for me. Pull it back a little bit. Operating in proper protocol for COVID. All right, 6 feet apart, a little more to your chest. Oh, we nailed it, 6 feet, perfect.
Great.
All right, let's get started. So I absolutely love your poem. I mean, it was mind-blowing. And there's a line in your poem where you say, when white people dance, do they know that they are dancing on top of buried bones? Mm-hmm. What did you mean by that?
I feel like a lot of white people, especially the white people that appropriate black culture, don't entirely acknowledge the fact that most of the lyrics that they're moving to are struggle. Literally, pretty much all of the rap music is talking about struggle, just struggle in the hood, and they focus on the lines that aren't talking about that. They'll be like, oh yeah, they're talking about strip clubs, they're talking about drugs, that's what they're talking about. And I'm like, you just skipped over the fact that he said that he watched his best friend die. Mm-hmm. Like, you just skipped over the fact that he said he grew up with nothing. And that's literally how almost every single white person that appropriates black culture is. They don't acknowledge the fact that they're on a level of privilege that these rappers aren't, that these rappers actually have to fight to be where they are today. Yeah. And at some point, I'm just like, what is going on? Like, how are y'all deaf to this?
New York City, the original epicenter of the COVID-19 pandemic, and a ticking time bomb when the protests erupted in Minneapolis after the murder of George Floyd. If New York City, the cultural capital of the world, can't rebound, then how can we expect the rest of the country to move forward?
My name is Camryn Bruno. I'm 21 years old. I currently live in Jamaica, New York, but I used to live in Trinidad and Tobago, and my pronouns are she, her, hers. When cities are born on land and they not know who came before, is like rubbing oil on skin. Industrialization breeding in the coal used to fire it. Know that fire and gunpowder can't live together. Know that fire knows it's only dangerous if you can't control it. You gentrify ashes, make them look pretty, but ashes know to return to what they have been before. Sparks of light in one place can turn an entire thing to inferno. And it takes one match to watch the city burn.
My name is Meera Dasgupta. I'm 16 years old and a rising senior at Stuyvesant High School. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and I am from Queens in New York City. For a meal, men ignite their own houses, spark matches to set on their copper-lined graves. Mama watches smiles melt and hearts crisp, turn, crumble. How the cardinal flames rise, fuel drowning, already dead men. Dead men dead before the fire. Black men black before the flames. The city is a dead man stoking the embers upon which he lays. With all of his 1,000 small deaths do the fumes finally reach us. Has the fire always been this large? Or has it always been burning?
I think Aunt Jemima was there, whispering over my shoulder, "Look here, child. Master be giving us the best treats, don't he?" But even though my stomach was empty, I ain't remember no Aunt Jemima at our last cookout. I only remember her face plastered on the front of a box filled with white.
Aunt Jemima's recipe is enriched bleached flour of exploitation peeking through the raw side of a cooking pancake.
Aunt Jemima, girl, you turned a history of black liberation into the same corporation that didn't value your integration into their #Black Lives Matter conversation.
Money is the antithesis of value. Money is the antithesis of liberty. Aunt Jemima, where is my repaired nation? My name is Dyme Ellis. I go by Dyme and I use they, them pronouns. I'm a 22-year-old interdisciplinary artist from New Haven, Connecticut.
Female. Female. As in, you must pay me every time you get my pronouns incorrect. She, $100. He, $50. Pay to Kiss a Non-Binary on Venmo. Right,
Maybe you can just explain what non-binary is for people who may not know what that is.
Yeah. Non-binary is a gender identity that does not conform to any binary. So not a man, not a woman, and it's an umbrella term, so it could mean so many things. There are people who are gender fluid, there are people who are agender, like myself, but I just say non-binary because it's a term that people know a little better. So.
And you get quite pissed off when people don't use the right pronouns. Is that right? Are you even charging them? Is that, you give Cash App?
So I might have a bit of a persona on the stage, because in real life, I'm actually a bit shy about correcting people about my pronouns, just because, like, it's hard being non-binary trans. Like, I don't want to feel like I'm instigating or, like, causing a conflict. But I do want to challenge myself to speak up more, because it's not about, like, the other person's feelings. It's more so about people respecting my identity and me respecting my own identity by speaking up.
Gen Z, coming of age during a global pandemic, protest, unprecedented divisions, a plummeting economy, are all facing a future unlike any other. They have passion, purpose, and a lot to say. Their thoughts and words are an unstoppable force. But can words make actual change? Believe it, these young poets sure think so. And I think they just might be right. And this is only the start. From here, we'll leave the big city and find their counterparts across the country, from the Blue Hills of Appalachia in America's heartland to Minneapolis, to Idaho, to the beaches of California. What will we find on our journey? Will one of these four be America's Street Slam champ? Well, you'll have your chance to vote, but in the meantime, let's let the POEMobile lead us on words.